Hey neighbor, we're in the heat of summertime. We got a dry spell going on. It's going to be 100 degrees here in South Georgia today, but life is still good because we got tomatoes. Welcome to the Row by Row Gardening Show, the best dadgum gardening show on the internet, where we talk about gardening, a little bit of cooking, and growing your own food. Now sit back and enjoy. I'm so thankful for drip irrigation.
Oh yeah.
Whew. I did a little short day or so ago talking about drip irrigation. I don't know what we did before it. It's able to keep our garden alive and going. 100 degrees today here. We need a shower rain in the worst kind of way. We've got really dry, but we're surviving.
Our grass is
Is dead, but we're keeping our garden alive. I've been having to irrigate pretty regular, rotate around, but we still have cantaloupes. I have picked cantaloupes. Oh Lord.
You can grow cantaloupes.
I'm gonna tell you folks, don't grow this tasty bite cantaloupe. And I grew it on a 15 by 30 lazy garden kit. Don't grow it unless you got plenty of people that love to eat cantaloupe. I can't give them enough away. I just this morning, you know how many I picked this morning?
How many?
An armload. I thought there was 6.
And they're big.
It's 6 to 10 every day. We've got, I'll give them the cantaloupes. Everybody knows that loves cantaloupes. So anyway, I still got more to give away. Today we're doing tomato taste test. It's our annual time to taste. We're not tasting but 4 varieties today. We're going to do a taste on those. We're talking about what doing this heat, how to survive it, maybe a little strategy or two there to how to get by on the heat there.
It's even too hot to go fishing.
It is too hot. We went last Saturday morning, and I had to look in. We was at a place that had a pretty good population of gators in there. It got lunchtime, and I started looking around, seeing if I see any gators, because I was just before jumping in that water. I got so hot. I was fixing to have to give up something. Or me and the gator was fixing to have to fight. I was fixing to jump in there, but we got out in time. But man, it was burning.
It was hot.
Up.
Fish wasn't biting.
Fish wasn't biting. I had got aggravated and hot. Did I say I got hot? I got hot. I was fixing to jump in there. But anyway, we survived. So look here, folks. If you didn't know this, Cog Hill sent us a little gift there of a candle. They got their they got a little candle business going on there. See let me do it over here. Do the scented candle right there.
And what scent is it?
This particular scent here is, I can't read, handcrafted in Alabama. I can't read it. Anyhow, their coffee business is doing off the chain. You can go on their YouTube channel and check out how they do their coffee and everything. It's pretty cool. I love coffee, and I was so excited when I got this box in the mail here to try out some different coffees, because I'm a Folger kind of guy. I'm a budget coffee drinker, but I'm gonna step up my game and try some of these new types of coffee.
What flavor is this?
This is dark roast. I think that's just a regular coffee.
Just regular. It
Smells
really good.
really good. But we're gonna try some
I
of their
love the
coffee.
smell of coffee.
Yep. Check out Cog Hill. They got it going on. I think they even got honey too.
Yeah.
Honey, coffee, and candles. You get it all right there at Cog Hill.
Cog Hill.
All right, so what about your garden? You know what? I need to do more things. Your garden's looking really good. We need to shoot more videos down there. You're in this prime right now. You got a little bit of disease on some of your hard squash that I've been working on a little bit.
Disease and those little red squash bugs.
Yeah, I sprayed for those the other day. Yeah.
But they're on my spaghetti squash, and some was on my tomatoes too.
Yeah, but I put some juice on those, try to work those. Another thing that you may not know here, because we've had so much disease this year, and I've been rotating with my copper top and my garden floss. Both of those right there have 0 days of when you can put it out and when you can harvest it. So you can feel really safe about putting your copper top out and your garden floss out, even on things that's getting matured up, like our tomatoes, especially our tomatoes, because they're getting some disease in them right now. My watermelons, I'm still treating those, my cantaloupes. I can spray that afternoon and we can harvest the next day, which is wonderful, especially for a fungicide this time of year. So stay on top of that. I'm staying on top of mine on my 7-day schedule. I've even tightened it up just a little bit when we had so much problems. But you better stay on top of those pest problems, because this heat is causing some issues. You've got some problems with powdery mildew, which we don't hardly ever see powdery mildew. She's got powdery mildew on her hard squash. I treated it the other afternoon. I'm probably gonna hit it again in a day or so, try to clean it up. Your hard squash are looking pretty good. You're not far from harvesting, but we're gonna try to protect them leaves as much as we can there. Tomatoes are coming in. We got a table full of tomatoes.
I know. I've got to decide what I'm gonna do. You know, last year I just did pasta sauce, but this year I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I gotta do something with them.
We've been trying to give them away, and we've had some luck with that, but we got plenty of tomatoes, and didn't play that many. I got a row and a half. I probably got maybe a 45-foot row altogether. Which is not that many tomatoes for us, but we have got plenty. Today we're doing taste tests on 4 of our most popular varieties, and we're gonna see. Now, one thing that we decided to do this year is do a little different cut on the tomatoes right there. So we're not gonna do slices, because a lot of times when you do slices, you actually miss the gel in there. See how the gel's still in there on there right there?
The gel or the juice?
The gel and the juice. There's two different things, there's gel and juice. Another thing that we're gonna do is no salt. We can get pure, because I think salt may change the taste of that a little bit, so no salt. 4 different varieties that we're going to test today. We got the Halcinator, we got Berkeley Tie-Dye, we got Better Boy, and we got Lemon Boy. And in the past, we know Lemon Boy has kicked everybody's tail. Although you think
Tie-dye.
You think tie-dye is your favorite, unblindfolded.
Yeah.
But today we're going blindfold. So,
Okay.
do you know which is which?
No, I don't. I'm looking at it, I do. With blindfolded, I hope I don't.
Are you going to do the taste, or you want me to do it?
You do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I seem like I do it every year. All right, so I'm going to take it right here.
Okay.
Now, folks, keep in mind, taste is subjective to different people. So my taste and your taste may be 2 different things. And I can't say anything.
What if you needed a second bite of something?
Well, you'll just have to get it for me. You can see my knife right here. I'm going to do knife of the week in a little bit here. I don't think I've done this before. All right, so let's start out, and you give me which one is one. Now, I told you before, I kind of set these samples up. The red toothpick is the Halcinator.
Okay. All right.
And the other red tomato there is the Better Boy. So which one going to start at first? Got that?
Well, you don't need to know which one.
I know, but I need it in my hand so I could taste it.
This. Here you go.
All right.
It's going to slide off. You got to hurry up.
Okay.
You got
That's
that?
number 1 for me.
That's number 1?
I mean, I'm putting them in the order of my meat tasting them.
Okay.
Number 1, that was a good all around tomato. I think I'll take 1 over that one. That's interesting.
So the one.
One's over number 2 right here to me now.
Okay.
1 is the winner. 2 is the second place. That's got a little more zing to it. That's pretty good. So I'm at 3, 1, and 2 as of right now.
So which one was that? And you just ate as what?
Is number 1.
Is 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the blandest one. So 3, 1, 2, and 4 for me.
The first one you ate is what? Wait, we're not through. The first one you ate is what?
I don't know, because you handed them to me. I don't know.
No, do you rank it 1, 2, 3, 4?
Okay. All right. So the number 1 for me was the third one I ate.
Okay.
You writing this down?
No, fine.
Okay.
Why
The
not?
number 2 one was the first one I ate.
Okay.
And my number 3 one is the second one I ate.
Okay.
And number 4 is the last one in my book. So how do we
Okay, taste this one more time. Up now. That's
nasty. Oh, what? Why?
So, the blue toothpick one, that was the Halcinator, right?
No, the blue one was the Better Boy.
Better Boy? So the Better Boy one. You can take it. This is your new pepper.
Okay, so this one won, right? What was number 2?
The red.
Number 2 was the Halcinator.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
interesting.
the snapper beat out? If it's any consolation, my fingers and my nose is burning.
That's wrong. Okay, so number 2 is the Halcinator. Number 3 was the Yellow Boy. And number 4 was tie-dye. Wow. See, that just goes to exactly show you.
So where's the, let's put the toothpicks in. So the snapper, Halcinator,
You planned that ahead of time, didn't you?
a Yellow Boy, and that was the last.
So it was in this order right here. According to my taste test, folks, it was Better Boy, Halcinator, Yellow Boy, and tie-dye. Now, just to give you an example, one of our friends on Facebook on our Row by Row group, Will, said he had some of these last night, and he had a purple whore also that we've grown before. And he said tie-dye was his favorite.
You want me to taste them, see what I think?
Yeah, we can. So let's do this right here. You put that on. All right, you got to cover your eyes.
Okay.
It's got to be covered well.
All right. Leave the same toothpicks.
Well, I intend to. All right, so we have here the very first one. Your thoughts on that one?
Kind of sweet.
Kind of sweet. That's your number 2 there.
I don't like that one.
You don't like that one? That's really. You don't like number 2?
That number 1 was the yellow one.
How do you know?
It just tastes citrusy.
It does taste a little citrus. I noticed that too when I tasted it. Now, there's not a whole lot of difference, to be fair, folks, in any of them, besides the citrusy. Hold on just a minute. I'm having some problems here. Pepper's falling off the, the tomatoes falling off the. This is not a big sample, but try that.
That really wasn't enough to taste.
Okay, let me get you a little bit more. So where are you at on so far?
I like the first one.
You like the first one the best? You said the first one you didn't like.
No, the second one I didn't like.
The second one,
This is hard to do.
I know it's hard to do, but you got to give me an order of what you like.
That's Berkeley tie-dye.
You think so? Okay, so rank them for me.
I like that one.
All right, which one do you like second?
The first one.
Not the first one. You said you didn't like the
I
first
changed
one.
my mind.
You like the first one?
Yeah.
Second, and then number 3 and 4 is which?
I don't know. 3 and 4 is kind of the same.
Okay. So number 1 you picked was Better Boy, which is the same I did.
Really?
And you picked, this was the one you said you didn't like, that you changed your mind. That was tie-dye. And then you really couldn't rank. Now you can tell the citrusy.
Yeah.
I can't taste the citrusy of the yellow here, but that's interesting. Better Boy won
Wow.
on both of ours, and I would have, without looking at them, I would not have picked Better Boy. I just told you a couple of nights ago that I thought the Hofstadter was a better tomato to me than the Better Boy.
It's strange how when you're looking at them, they taste so different than.
You can definitely taste the yellow in that one there.
It tastes totally different with the blindfold.
Mm-hmm. Surprise to me is the tie-dye, because me and you both thought tie-dye was probably our favorite, and it didn't rank for neither one of us. Well, it ranked number 2 for you after you changed your mind. You went back and said you didn't like it to start with, and you went back and
That's
changed your mind.
just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Not much difference, but that's the way we rank them. And interesting, Better Boy this year won it. Wow.
That's strange.
I would have never thought that. I would have bet money against it. I really would have. I'm starting to cool down a little bit now. All right, folks, knife of the week one. We're real quick here. Kershaw, and I forgot what model this is, but this is a Ken Onion design right here. This is a little bitty knife I've been toting the last 3 or 4 days. Really inexpensive. I think these things come in at less than $50. I can't remember the particular model of this one. I think it starts with a B. But then it's got that little curved blade right here. Excellent little knife right there that I've been carrying. So Kershaw, if you want to check it out. I love the Kershaw knives. Now some of the Kershaw knives are made in China, some made in USA. So make sure when you buy one, you get one made in USA, as this one right here is. Can you read what it says underneath Kershaw right there?
So wait, I almost got it. Speed safe.
Speed Safe.
USA.
I don't think that's the name of the model. But anyway, nice little knife there. Blade of the week. Wow.
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 I'm blown away.
I am too. I just cannot believe that Better Boy won that.
What else you got over there?
All right. So, folks, we're talking about hot. It is hot right now, and we're having some problems growing our greens. And we're getting our greens and our dye. But I want to show you something right here. Most of you guys out there have some type of indoor growing kit. Why not use that indoor growing kit during this time of year in the summer to grow your greens? Because we can't hardly grow greens outside because they get bitter. And lettuce just not like 100-degree weather here. So these done micro peas here, now these right here ideally should have been cut yesterday. Got just a little leggy today, but they still okay. What would you trim them about right there halfway up?
Yeah, there's some scissors.
So if you want to trim them about right, let's show everybody. I got the fabric on that side. Let me do it on this side. Show everybody about where you would cut these at. Now, the ones you would cut yesterday, you cut them a little bit lower.
Yeah.
This is a 10 by 20 tray right here. And I can promise you, if you grow you a 10 by 20 grow right here, you got enough for a family of 4 to eat on for several days. And grow them indoors like this right here with our, and I grew these, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, with our new hemp mat right there. These things are really clean. They don't take much washing. But use that indoor growing kit where you got one of those hanging light kits, or whether you got it similar kind.
And these are the done peas?
These are the done peas, and that's what I eat for lunch yesterday. I cut up a tomato yesterday and put on that right there with some cheese and olive oil, and that's what I had for lunch. Cost on this right here, you buy these microgreen trays, you can reuse them over and over again. The cost on the seed, on the mat on this right here is hardly anything. And you got enough salad greens right there to last for a salad for several days. So my point is, these hot days, we can still eat our greens, eat our salads like we should, so we eat healthy at a fraction of cost. Keep some of these going all the time.
Show the sunflowers.
What do you think about once a week, a 10 by 20 tray for a week's worth of greens? Is the plan. So start you about a 10, 20. We also have the 5 by 5s.
Or you could start you
Or
4.
the 10 by 10s.
Yeah.
Now this is the sunflowers right here. This is the little 5 by 5 tray right here. Now the sunflowers, you have to go in there and make sure you pick off these little seeds. They've already popped most of them off. But you see underneath there, every now and then there'll be a seed that ain't popped off there. You got to get them out of the way because you don't want to chomp down on them right there. And then you can cut sunflowers just like you do the peas here. Now these have a little bit nuttier flavor to me than what peas do.
I like them better. But this is the mat in the bottom. So you can just hold them up, take your scissors, and trim.
And then compost this right here. Now, ideally, you'd want to put them in there and wash them a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then these little things float up out the way, these little holes.
They'll float up in the water.
So even the 5x5's will give a plenty for a meal for 2 people.
Give that to the worms
Or chickens.
or the chickens.
Yep. You got to get the hulls out. That's the only thing about the black oil sunflowers. You got those hulls to deal with.
Yeah, once you wash them,
Yeah, that comes right off.
I don't wash them till right before I eat them.
Really? So those I ate yesterday hadn't been washed? Those peas? How do you know that? I thought they'd been washed. I just got them out of the
Well, I
refrigerator.
mean,
Yeah, they're not dirty.
they're not been in soil. You run water over them to wet them.
So they washed, basically clean.
Yeah.
That's one reason I like the hemp mats. Now, I will tell you this much, folks. One thing I've noticed about, because I've been doing a lot of trialing with these hemp mats, they are clean, they're easy. Managing your moisture on these right here is the key to growing them. So if you have failed growing with these hemp mats, it's because you didn't manage your moisture. I go in there at least once a day and either water or make sure they drain well.
Yeah.
So although you want them wet, you want them somehow or another to drain so they don't sit and stand in water there. If you miss a day, you very well lose your microgreens.
I did those that we planted on the air.
Yeah, you lost them that way.
I didn't
You didn't water them.
come
like
up
you
here
should.
and water them on the weekend.
All right, so let's talk about in the hot weather, what do you need to be doing? All right, we need to take some precautions. So Tom Matthews posted on row by row, he was gathering his corn and how hot it was and how everything was done. I said, Tom, make sure you keep Tom watered. You got to make sure you stay hydrated well, make sure we wear light clothes and good protective clothes because look here, you guys are in your 20s and 30s out there, you're not as tough as what we are later on in life. But you can handle the heat better than we can. The older we get, even though we think we're still tough, we can't handle the heat as well as we have. You know,
Our skin gets thinner.
Skin gets thinner, and look here, I've been gotten by the bear about 3 or 4 times in my life, and therefore I'm more sensitive when I start getting real hot than I used to be before the bear ever got me. Before the bear ever got me, I didn't know what it was like to be gotten by the bear, but now that I do, I can feel that coming on, so I take precautions on that more so than I used to. Has the bear ever got you?
Yeah.
Bear's got you before? How many times do you think you've been gotten by the bear?
Maybe twice.
I'd say about 4 times for me.
Really?
Yeah,
It
now-
didn't take but twice for me.
When you get getting by the bear,
When the
you
bear
don't get
gets you?
you don't get over that in a couple of hours. That generally takes 2 or 3 days to get over. Now that could be a serious health problem. People have died from that kind of thing. But
How do you get rid of the bear? You scare him off?
no, you don't scare them off. What I do is when I feel it coming on, and the way everybody's different. I get cold and clammy. I say cold. I get clammy.
Really?
I get a little clammy. I get flushed at my face. I feel real hot in my face. My body gets clammy. I get a horrible headache all of a sudden. And I know at that point I need to do something. So I get in the shade, I get me some running water and run over me, and I drink some water. Now you can't drink a lot of water because you're in bad shape at that point, but you want to drink a little bit of water, not cold water either, just like water out of the faucet.
You
or
want to
the
get
water
in a cold shower. You want to cool yourself
if
down.
you can get there, but I normally, for me, I have to get in the shade. I have to work on it immediately before I can go to the house. Once I get to the house, I can do all that, but I have to cool down right then, or else it gets worse on me. The worst problem is if you run a lot of asphalt. You guys that do paving for a living, man, that's the worst job in the world. It seems to be 10, 15, 20 degrees hotter out there. But when you're out there in a situation where there's no breeze blowing in the middle of the day trying to get some things done and you feel that coming on, take precautions, make sure you're hydrated well. I don't tote as much water as I should. My warehouse manager here, I really applaud him for one
Yeah.
thing. He totes
That
a water
thermos.
jug all the time. He drinks plenty of water. And that's one thing I should do a better job of, is drinking water.
Yeah.
Light colored clothes, look here. I know this may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but for me, this shirt right here is found to be the coolest shirts for me. And the more wear they get on them, the thinner they are.
That has
the
to be
better.
20 years old.
And it's split. I know it's just one split right there.
It's split.
Folks,
You got holes in your sleeve.
This is the best wearing garden shirt to me because it's thin, it's light in its area, it's not tight fitting, and it works wonderful.
Need to wear your hat.
Need to wear your wide brim hat. I got some of these
Sunglasses.
mission hats, tilly hats that I wear outside. Sunglasses I wear most of the time. Loose fitting clothes, those blue jeans can get you hot. So try to wear something that's loose fitting, maybe some shorts, things like that. Take precautions, try to get out there. We've been getting out there late in the afternoon. It's been our time. Early in the morning.
Early morning, late night.
Now I did get out there early this morning and get about a good 30 minutes in. Early this morning working in the garden. Later this afternoon we're going to pick blueberries. We're going to go late this afternoon, probably about an hour before dark. Because you don't want the bear to get you. Now the bear is, in our neck of the woods, that's what we call it, the bear. In other people's neck of the woods in different regions, they call it something else. But it's the
I
bear
can't remember
there.
what they said they called it.
But everybody in our neck calls it the bear. The bear's after me, or the bear got me, and we know what happened. If the
Yeah.
bear gets after you, don't let the bear get you. Do something about it immediately, because everything can hold off. And this 100-degree weather, man, it can hit you hard. It can hit you quick.
Yeah. And for those that, work away from the home, it can be really hard, which they can get out there at night.
Yeah, late in the afternoon. All right, so let's talk about one thing you can do in your garden as far as succession planting that I'm going to do this year, and I've done this in the past, and it really works well. You know, our sweet corn has either come off or yours is coming off pretty soon here. Mine has already came off. As soon as your sweet corn, and I've got it on drip irrigation, but as soon as your sweet corn gets through, I'm talking about within 24 hours, you need to get there and you need to mow it. Those stalks mow a lot easier when they're green. And I went out there immediately after we got through with our sweet corn. I've done this for the last 2 or 3 years and mowed my sweet corn without getting into my drip tape. I mow it about this high, and it shreds up. I got a flail mower, but it shreds up all that corn stuff and lays it back down. And I'll let that set for probably a good 6 weeks to the middle of August. And I'll go back in there without pulling that corn up, because at that point my corn stalks have pretty much disintegrated or rotted a lot out. And I've got a pretty good mulch layer in there, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna plant my cowpeas, fall cowpeas crop on my sweet corn plot with my same drip irrigation. May have to plant it by hand. I normally have to plant it by hand because I can't get the cedar in there because there's too much trash in there. But I've done that for the last couple of years. I planted zippers last year. They did extremely well. I'm not planting the zippers this year. One reason is we're sold out of zipper seeds. I tell everybody, if you want zipper peas, get them early because we sell out every year and we've already sold out. However, I am planting a pink eye top pick this year. I haven't planted that variety in probably 10 years. That is an excellent variety, and just like the name implies, it loads up on top. It was actually developed for machine harvest, but it works wonderful in the home garden because it's easy to pick. One of the easiest picking peas I've ever seen. It's very prolific. It's not what we consider an indeterminate vine. The vine don't get huge. You don't have these long runners on there. So it's a fairly compact one, but it just loads up with those peas on top. Easy to pick. So that's my strategy, and it's one I would recommend you consider also. Keep that sweet corn plot growing. Keep it going by using that same drip tape system there. Mow the sweet corn down as soon as possible and replant in August for a wonderful fall crop of peas. We don't have to spray as much in the fall because our southern picacura is not near as active. So that's the way we grow our peas.
What about watering in this heat?
Water in this heat,
When to water?
you definitely want to do it early in the morning or late in the afternoon, or if you got a corn crop like I do, right now I've got a field corn crop called Hickory King that's in the stage where it's in the stage where it needs the most moisture. I ran my drip system all night last night on that. It's probably the last time I'm gonna water it, but in this 100-degree weather on its corns, you got to water for a long period of time.
You don't want it to stress.
You don't want it to stress. And I've got drip irrigation on there, thankfully. Now, if you're watering overhead, bless your heart, do the best you can. It's hard to get enough moisture down there through it. Water early morning, late in the afternoon, or during the nighttime. You get up at nighttime, move that sprinkler around. That is an ideal time. These 100-degree days, you're going to lose a lot of water to evaporation if we water in the middle of the day. So
Can you water too much?
you can, but it's hard to right now. I mean, as dry as what
Well,
we
you know,
are, it's hard.
I water in the morning and I go out there in the afternoon and the plants are just wilted
Yes,
regardless. And the soil is
dried
wet.
out.
No, it's still wet.
Oh, really? In your raised beds?
But the plant's wilted.
Yep.
It just can't take the heat.
It's hard to water too much right now. It really is. I've even had to water my fig trees a little bit.
Yeah.
They started yelling up. So anyway, it's tough this time of year. We shall survive. Last year we had a bad spell come in, and about this time of the year it gave us about a week of hot, dry weather, but we made it through it. We had a couple weeks in August that really damaged us last year. Maybe we won't have that. We got a chance of rain toward the weekend, so
Yeah.
so maybe we'll get
Another
flooded.
thing you do is in my beds that I have the mulch in versus not, it keeps it a lot more stable.
What kind of mulch?
I've got pine straw right now.
And some of it, yeah. I can see that, especially on some of your herbs and things. It's hard to do with some of those with the annuals, but some of your herbs you can.
In the raised beds, it gets drier, but your foliage tends to cover the soil better. So,
Shade it out.
yeah, get a little shade there.
Yeah.
It's a little late to do it, but you need to plan in the springtime to be through with your garden by July.
Yeah, by July 4th, and I tell all our friends up north, you look here, by July 4th, our spring garden is washed, done, pretty much so. Now, I'm going to try to extend my watermelon harvest this year by keeping them babied a little bit, so maybe I can extend that, but our tomatoes and everything pretty much be gone July 4th. I got some more planted for a late summer crop, maybe they'll hold off, so. All right, so let's get into Garden Spotlight of the Week in the big town of Gray, Georgia. Look here, we got some tomato on the little fella out there. I'm gonna wipe it off right there. Gray, Georgia is right above Macon, Georgia. Look at there. I'm gonna show the potato crop first. Look there.
So this Luke Benson from Gray, Georgia, he said potatoes did great. The rest of the garden is coming right along. A lot of fun for my kids. Thank for all the good advice and answering my amateur questions this season.
Yep, look at his little wheelbarrow there. He's all fixed up in. Looks like Yukon Gold. And look at there, that's a proud daddy and little boy right there holding those potatoes up. Nice looking garden. And here shows his entire little garden.
Pretty.
Yep. Look, you a little bit like me. I have to lay mine off with strings because I like everything nice and straight there. That's a good idea to do. So that's a great looking little garden. Just goes to show you folks, it don't take a lot of land to grow a lot of food. Thank you, Luke, for sending that in to tell everybody in Gray, Georgia, we said hello. We got some friends up there. Ashley Spires is a friend of ours that lives in Gray, Georgia. Yep. All right, on the...
Doesn't Valerie's mama live in Gray,
She
Georgia?
does. She does. Miss Barbara Smith lives up there.
Mike Smith.
Garden spotlight. Old goat. So the old goat's on the show here somewhere. He moves around. Sometimes he'll jump from place to place. Sometimes he hides. Sometimes he don't hide as much. But if you find the old goat, put it in comments below. And next week we'll draw this week's winner. Today we're drawing last week's winner. Who found the old goat in the comments? And the winner is Southern Latitudes, Florida. That's their handle on Google, I'm assuming right
Yeah,
there.
on YouTube.
On YouTube, Southern Latitudes, Florida. Send us your shipping address
To support at growhouse.com.
Yep. All right, folks, keep in mind, grow you some microgreens you can still grow inside. Utilize that grow kit.
Takes
that you
about a
got.
week.
Yeah, keep an eye on them because, I mean, they grow quick. I think I probably had I figured it this morning, probably about 8 days in those. And they could have been cut yesterday, so that would have been 7 days from time to seed to harvest. Quick.
So you need to plant some more today.
Yeah, I do. Inexpensive. If you've got all the microgreen trays and the light kit that you can use over and over again, these right here is very efficient to grow. And our tomatoes, man, what a disappointing thing there. We missed that one altogether, didn't we? Yep.
Maybe we need somebody else. To
Maybe
taste
we need
this.
somebody else next time. We should take somebody out there in the office and carry them out there and test it on them.
Yeah, we should. We should do
We
that.
should do that. Yeah. All right. Thank you, folks. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Don't get too hot. If you got a little age of wisdom on us, like us, you know you can't take it like you used to. Be careful. But we still got to get out there and get those hands dirty. Thank you for joining us.